Russell and Edwards. McDaniels is out there with Gobert, and it's Anderson in at the 3 slot. And for Los Angeles, the wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post-tandem for him, Morris and Zubats. And it's Jackson in at the 1. With the regular season just getting started, what's it like for rookies, Greg, who are beginning these new pro careers?
Let me tell you, Kevin, the speed of the pro game is startling. Things are happening so fast, it can take years for the game to slow down.
Now here's Edwards. Russell from long range. Good on the three-point shot.
No hesitation as D'Angelo Russell, someone who does not lack confidence.
Pass to George. Latrey doesn't get it to drop for him. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
Going against a conference opponent, one that outplayed them head-to-head last season, a chance for payback.
Edwards can't hit. Here's Los Angeles now. It's a three-point game. Wasted no time on that one.
Nice work finding the open man by George. Plays like this prove he's a team player.
Brent, looking back, the Clippers have really put things together over the last decade.
They have. Injuries have been a factor the past couple seasons, so they haven't competed at the level certainly that their owner wants to, but they're trying to keep this core group of guys together, and if they do that and they get health, there's a lot of talent there and a lot of guys who have done it on the biggest of stages.
And he's got more than a few ways to beat you. Edwards will be aggressive when he has to initiate contact and create the and-one opportunity.
And you look at Anthony Edwards, and GA, he is becoming the leader of this Timberwolves team, isn't he?
I think he is. I mean, partly it's his production with his numbers up across the board, but it's also his personality. He plays with tremendous swagger.
Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
The Timberwolves secured a spot in the playoffs last season, Greg, and we enjoyed it after they got that emotional win in the play-in game in the Twin Cities over the Clippers. What a night.
And Kevin, you can tell it meant a lot to the players. This is a team that has struggled for so long, and by getting to the playoffs, this is a step in the right direction.
He's off on the first.
Yeah, with Kawhi, it's not about really so much improvement as it is refining his game. And he's now hitting around 90% of his free throws. That's just remarkable stuff.
So he can't get either to fall.
That's a strange trip because typically he's pretty much money from there.
Such a wide open look. Edwards got 5 points so far.
Anderson has great vision as a point forward, exceptional court awareness.
Jackson passes to Zubats. And here's Leonard from 3. The shot will not fall. The Timberwolves go the other way with it, and Anderson has it in the corner. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Leonard. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. The 3 from George. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. Anderson outside. It's Edwards on the wing. A three-pointer off the mark. Clippers trail by 5. Leonard inside. He's against Anderson. And rejection by McDaniels. And it's on a bounce for the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
Substitution.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the Clippers. Ball comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Ball finds George. Just 5 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Jackson. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Minnesota leading by 5. Inside. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Well, the defense better make sure they're sticking to all 4 other players, or else D'Angelo's going to find the open man.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
It doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Robert Covington's checked in for Zubac. Luke Kennard comes in for George. Mann subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for McDaniels. Bryn Forbes comes in for Anderson. Noel, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Rivers in for D'Angelo Russell. Minnesota with the ball. Nicholas Batum missing from long range. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Wall passes to Mann. 1:03 left to play in the first quarter. It's tipped. Here's Covington. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal
Covington
foul.
doesn't have to have the ball to help you, but you do want him occasionally to get touches and keep him engaged.
The Clippers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Covington.
And Robert Covington, a guy who's out there to do it all for his team on both ends of the floor, is going to make plays that impact winning.
Now here's Gobert. His last outing, 16 points for him. Here's Noel. They grant their own miss. Foul in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Just doing the job on the back.
For the Timberwolves.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Shooting 1.
A free throw drops for Gobert.
An improved free throw shooter compared to his earlier seasons. Nice to see Gobert attack his weakness.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. The shot's good from Kennard.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
There's 18 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Noel. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Nicholas Batum.
It's his first trip to the line.
A 78% foul shooter a season ago. Pretty steady when he's at
Shooting
the
for
line.
Minnesota, Jalen Noel. At the line for 2.
Both good from the line that time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
With one on the clock. And so it's Minnesota ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Clippers.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
You know, Greg, we know to win at the highest level, you need your star players to show up in the big games. With that in mind, what's the key?
You know, it's their will and their ability to fight. If you look at the great ones, even when things haven't gone their way, they continue to scratch and claw and do everything in their power to try and get the W.
The wing pairing, George and Leonard.
Foul to the Timberwolves.
Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Jackson at the point guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Clippers trail by 9. Jackson passes to Zubac. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That'll be his second foul of the game.
It's his second foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
Outside, George. In the corner, it's Morris. Russell trying to free himself up, and he wheels that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And this is in Morris's wheelhouse right here. Extremely fluid with the catch and release. And you just look at what Marcus Morris has done in his career.
Well, such a solid forward in the game right now, averaging over double digits in the last 8 years. But it's been that expansion, the fact that he can step behind the three-point line and be as deadly as he's been the past couple seasons. It's been a remarkable, consistent offensive production for his career.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Down low, Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Really good job by Reggie Jackson, just finding the shooter and feeding.
Passes to Anderson. Back to Russell. Outside Edwards. Over George. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from Leonard.
Kawhi has really perfected that stroke, and he did not come into the league with that kind of skill or that kind of threat from the three-point line.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
You got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. On defense, the Clippers. Reid kicks to McDaniels. Russell against Jackson. Outside Edwards. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Edwards got 8.
And this is big for Edwards' confidence, wanting to keep hitting from downtown and stretching that defense.
Now, here's George. Last game, 26 points. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and really helps your offense.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they get the ball. In the 2021 playoffs, you remember Reggie Jackson came up huge for the Clippers, averaging almost 18 points a game before they finally lost to the Suns in the Western Conference Final.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 8. Russell passes to Edwards. Pulls from the top of the key. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
2 minutes remain in the first half.
Here's Jackson. Zubac trying to break loose. Jackson misses. Well, for Jackson, he earned himself a new contract, Brent, and starting point guard duties because of that playoff.
With both Kawhi Leonard and Paul George missing most of the 21-22 season, Reggie Jackson took the Clippers to the 8th seed in the West, carried a lot of the scoring load consistently for the Clippers. He led the team in both points and assists.
Here's Leonard after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. Back to Jackson, and it's sent back by Russell. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
D'Angelo
Russell's got 3 assists now in this one. Clippers trail by 6. 109 left in the first half. George for 3, kept alive. Another shot, and McDaniels with the block. Edwards passes to McDaniels, and finished off by McDaniels.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Now here's Leonard. Zubats, that's good.
I'm not sure when Kawhi saw him, but the fact is he did, and he delivered. That's a great pass.
Outside Edwards. The pass to Gobert. Here's Noel, defended by George. Russell with a wide open look. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
3 points.
Well, this becomes the D-Lo zone right now, and he's got the kind of range to step back even further.
Now, here's George. That one goes. Count it.
This takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
And Russell puts up a deep three. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so
Your Clippers, 22. The Timberwolves.
It's the 2K Sports
29.
Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and Minnesota came out looking very confident. They scorched the hardwood with an aggressive style that put them on a 12-3 run to start. At the end of one, they were already up 9. Second quarter, not quite as good, but still managed to maintain control and enjoy a 7-point advantage at the break. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
Well, they've shown a lot of discipline at the offensive end. It's not about getting a quick shot, it's about getting a good shot. And if you want to know how that approach is working, just check out their field goal percentage.
Kenny, what's your take on the Clippers?
They didn't shoot the ball very well, and that's because they didn't have any flow on offense. I'd expect the coaching staff to make some adjustments in the locker room. They need to draw up some plays to get a good offensive rhythm.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Edwards with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Clippers trailed by 7. And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Out on the perimeter, Edwards and Anderson. Rudy Gobert is out there with McDaniels. And it's Russell in at point guard. Leonard, that's for 2. Nice jump shot. Good. Leonard's got 5.
And you know he's so good coming off the pick and roll, but what do you have to take away? There's so many ways Leonard can hurt you offensively.
Outside, Russell. Back to Edwards. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. He's got 13.
And we are seeing tonight why Edwards was selected first overall. Anthony has a special ability to score.
Now, here's George. Up top, Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. Launches it. And they'll get another chance. Here's Morris. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Jaden McDaniels.
Second personal foul.
That's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks
At the line
one
for
of
your
his many
Clippers.
moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line.
Taking 2
The
shots.
Clippers shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And he makes the first. And Morris drops them both. Here's Russell. He's got 8. to Anderson. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Clippers trailed by 6. And Leonard has it in the corner. On the 3 off target. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Outside Edwards. Russell with it. Now Gobert. And they call an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
And that replay showed just how forceful that block was.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
There's Jackson with the 3. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Morris. That falls. Nice feed that time from Leonard. Morris has got 4 points this quarter.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Clippers Youth Dance Team.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Zubats. Luke Kennard comes in for Leonard. Mann's checked in for George. And it's John Wall in for Jackson. Naz Reid, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Now, here is Russell. 8 points for him. Ball's knocked loose. Kennard with the ball. Headed now by Anderson.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass.
Here is Edwards. 13 points in the game. Outside, Russell. 5 to shoot. Pass to Anderson. They end the drought. They get it back. Edwards. That's good. Edwards got 15.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Back to Wall. We've got 1:23 left in the third quarter. Here's Mann. Edwards defending. Kennard for 3. Good on the triple. He has 6.
Kennard has such good mechanics with the way he shoots it. The moment that ball is in motion, it looks good.
Back to Russell. Fires for 3. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 6 rebounds in the game. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter. There's Russell with the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Morris has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. The pass to Mann. inside for Batum. Fires from the wing.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Russell passes to Reed. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
The assist goes to
Russell's got
D'Angelo
5 assists
Russell.
tonight.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more
That's the end of the third
on
quarter.
the interior
With a score,
than they did on that
your
drive.
Clippers.
And we've reached the end of the
31.
third. The Timberwolves on top. They're up by
36.
5. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. So with Leonard on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Marcus Morris is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's Wall, and it's George in at the small forward. Here's Russell. He doesn't hit that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Now here is George. He's covered closely.
How about the handles of a guy like Paul George at his size being able to rip around and has total confidence in his ability to score.
Here's Noel. And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
Well, he was very reliable, keeping the ball in his hands during the first half. He's had a bad case of the butterfingers here in the second.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in for John Wall.
Well, height and length at that position for Paul George, that's problematic for a defender, and he used his size to draw the foul that
First
time.
team foul. At the line for your Clippers, Paul George. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And George wants to compete for titles, especially considering that he's in the back half of his career.
And both free throws good for Paul George. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Has to go bare. Here's Noel. Tipped away. 6 on the shot clock. Shot, high post, and good. He nails it. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Leonard looking over the floor. Zubac finds Leonard over Edwards. Rebound Minnesota. McDaniels got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Edwards. Here's Noel. To the paint. Here's Russell. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. And now a 5-point Minnesota lead. Outside, George. Covington kicks to Jackson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Leonard. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. 7 points for Leonard.
consistent shooter from all three levels. Kawhi Leonard, the first option they typically look for, and for very good reason.
And the Timberwolves call time.
Come on, let's hear it.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Here's McDaniels, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Morris is checked in for Robert Covington. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Noel. Leonard kicks to George. Over Edwards. Kept alive. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. McDaniels. And so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Reed's checked in.
Senior, taking 2 shots.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he does get the second one. And that narrows the lead down to just 3.
If he hits all of those, they're feeling a lot more comfortable. But now, still a 1-possession game.
Also inside, guarded by Jackson. Edwards. He gets hauled in by Los Angeles. And here's George for 3. The offensive rebound. And then Leonard with the dunk.
I mean, this is a battle-tested young player. Leonard's willing to put the team on his back when they really need a bucket.
Russell against Jackson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
At the line for the Timberwolves, D'Angelo Russell. Shooting
Take a break. 2 shots.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 2.
And typically, he's reliable from the line. Let's see if Russell can come up here big for his team.
He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs him.
Leonard finds George to tie it up. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Outside, Russell. There's 57 seconds left in the 4th quarter. He feeds it to Gobert. Gobert got it.
And Gobert showing some guts on that one. With that length, a good bet to get off a good look in that crucial moment.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They trailed by 4. There's 47 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, D'Angelo Russell.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving.
to Leonard. There's the triple. Los Angeles with another miss. Minnesota with the ball. And so they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for the Timberwolves, D'Angelo Russell. At the line for 2.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. 34 seconds left in the fourth. George against Edwards. Out to Morris. This one for 3. Minnesota with the rebound. And he commits the intentional foul.
Paul George. That's his third personal foul. Fourth team foul. At the line for the Timberwolves, D'Angelo Russell.
Take a break. Take a
Two
break.
shots.
2 shots.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he ends up making the second, and that increases their lead to 6. And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 6. There's 18 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
Still a sliver of hope.
They act fast, but without mistakes.
Jackson passes to George. From deep. Los Angeles with another miss. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Marcus Morris Sr. First personal foul. Fifth team foul. At the line for the Timberwolves, D'Angelo
Take a break.
Russell.
Take a break.
At the line for 2.
2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. And here is Los Angeles now. Passes it to Coffey. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. And so Minnesota takes the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the